Zoe, how you going?
I'm good.
It's
how are
nice
you?
to see you in
It's
person.
so nice to see you too.
Tell me your story.
I'm a bit starstruck
Yeah.
right now because I'm such a fan of what you know.
I appreciate that so much. How did you start traveling the world? And where you getting the name Travel with Zoe from?
Well, TravelWithZoe, I just had to name myself something, right? And I like traveling. But I took my first solo trip when I was like 20, so that was in 2013 because I made money for the first time and I really wanted to go to Jamaica because I loved dancehall music at the time. I was at university in London, so I was like often going to dancehall parties and stuff, so I was like, I have to see where this comes from. So I went to Jamaica by myself and slept on a local person's couch when I was, 20.
Serious? How did you convince that person to be able to sleep on a couch?
So there's a platform called couch surfing, and it's literally for that. So people who maybe they can't travel themselves, or maybe they want to have like strangers in their house to interact with their kids regarding different cultures, or for whatever reason, they actually register on the couch surfing platform and they invite like travelers to be hosted by them. And so I just signed up for that platform and requested, to stay with this lady, and she actually had like 3 other travelers at the time. So there was like a Brazilian girl and a German couple, I think, who were also there, one on one couch, one on the other couch, And so it was like this big group of us that would go to like all the parties and everything, and I had a great time. And from then I was like, I just want to travel more. And
nice, and I kept at it.
Well, obviously I had to finish, I was at university, so I had to finish studying, and I was also mostly working. So usually for like most of my 20s, I would just work jobs where I could maybe, for example, I worked in schools, so I would get like the long vacation time and I would just go away, when I could, and then come back, save more money. So it was like a work, save, travel, repeat.
And what did you do before starting to travel? What kind of job you did?
I also took care of a disabled child. That was for like 2.5 years.
Serious?
And I just did anything more that I could to get money. So I worked at COVID test centers. I worked as a receptionist. I worked handing out flyers on the street. Anything, like I just always wanted to travel, so I would just do whatever jobs within reason that would give me like the time off and the money to.
And what keeps you happy, Zoe? The big P? I had to say that.
Well, of course. I mean, who would not be happy hanging out with Big P? But I love nature, so when I get time, I like to go to like waterfalls and hiking and stuff. You've probably seen, I love going on like random hiking adventures by myself. Music makes me really happy, as in, I'm not even talking about this whole artist era, but even just listening to music in general. So that's one thing I love about being in the Caribbean, is that I love soca. Like soca makes me so happy. So what's
your favorite soca song of all time, Zoe? Can you sing it for me?
God.
I don't know you can sing, so I know you can
That's why I do because I can't sing. I can't sing.
Sing your favorite soca for me. Let me hear you.
Oh my God, lyrical is gonna like be a shame because I'm gonna do a really bad rendition. 25/8.
25/8.
All I need is 1 extra hour and 1 extra day.
Try.
No, I don't want to.
All I need is
1
extra. Nah, Zoe, you had to do that for me. You had to give me one soca. You had to give me one.
No, you're making me go red. I'm so embarrassed.
Okay, we'll sing it together.
Okay, ready?
Ready? All I need is 1 extra hour and 1 extra day. But I didn't know the artist shy like that.
I'm so
you're a shy
like
person.
every time I go on stage, I have to get so drunk. I don't know if it's like fright, but I'm just not accustomed to that, because if you told me to go on a stage and give like a speech about traveling, or a speech about being a woman, or debate something, I would do that all day with no, no worries, no
Talk some
nothing.
life into the woman there right now.
Well, I feel like the world has a problem with us when we just do what we want. And especially when our dream is not to settle down and follow those like old-fashioned societal things. And I know it can be hard sometimes, because it's like almost every day people say to me, oh, but when are you having children? When are you settling down? As if it's a when, not an if. Like, why is it not like an are you? Why is it like a when are you?
Like you should.
What if I don't want to? And then like sometimes when I say, oh, actually that's just not really what I want, they'll be like, oh, well, that's what women are supposed to do, or you're not a proper woman, or you're, and I think it could be hard to like carry on just following your own path when everyone's trying to dictate your path for you. So I guess I would just like women to know that we do have the choice, and that if you want to be like a wife and have kids, that's wonderful, and also it's wonderful if you don't, like we're just all wonderful and we should all just do what we want.
What does being a woman mean to you?
I think it means that we just have to fight our way for a lot of things. I have a tattoo on my leg that says "Fight like a girl," because I feel like I don't know a woman who I've like. Okay, not every woman I speak to about these things, but any woman I've spoken to about like the struggles of a woman has like a sexual assault story, right? I've not met a single woman ever who we've ended up on that topic and they haven't had a story for me. It's something that all women can basically bond with. In my experiences, oh, when I was 16 at this house party, this boy locked me in the bathroom and whatever. Like we all have, in my opinion, like a story. And I think like most of us, even if we haven't even registered it ourselves, are like walking around with quite a lot of trauma like from those things, and like, but we can't really talk about it, because if you say, oh, like I was assaulted at this age or at this place, and then it wasn't like a dragging down an alleyway story, it's like not valid, you know, by a lot of people. So we're just expected to like function with this trauma and laugh at the jokes that people make about like rape or those kinds of things as if we're fine. But I think like a lot of us, something that probably most women have in common, whether we even realise it or not, is that we're probably like not really 100% like fine.
Are you 100% fine?
No, like I know for me, like I find like a lot of things like triggering, but I just try to like not laugh, but I just try to like ignore them. But even like when, you know, some people think it's normal that you go to like a party and like a man like grabs your ass, right? And to me, like it honestly ruins my whole night. And to me, like it makes me no longer even feel comfortable in the outfit that I'm in. It makes me feel scared to dance with men for the rest of the night. It makes me wish that I never came out that night. Like, do you know what I mean? And I paid for my ticket just as much as, you know, you, the man that grabbed my ass or whatever. And I have just as much right to like exist in that space and dance and have a good time as like the men who do those things and stuff. But I remember one time, like, it happened in Ghana actually, like, and I spoke about it on the live, like, the next day, just like in passing, when somebody said, oh, like, how was the party? And I said, oh, it was going well, but then, like, when I was, like, dancing with this guy, he decided to, like, grab my ass. And quite a lot of people in the comments were like, oh, what do you expect if you go to a duvet with those kinds of people? Or, you know, oh, that's normal. Oh, you put yourself in that situation. Like, so it's almost like we just can't really fully speak about it, or a lot of spaces aren't even, like, safe to speak about it because, oh, it's normal. Oh, that's just... But like it shouldn't be normal, and you know, so I feel like I'm going on a rant.
I hope you don't have to go there again. What do you think was the happiest moment of your career since you started doing vlogging and stuff?
I think there's just been so many really like uplifting moments when you get to meet so many people, I'm sure you know, that you would never have otherwise met, right? So for example, I remember this one time back when my TikTok was like now growing in Trinidad, that's where I was at the time, when this lady, Vanessa, who lives in Manzanilla, messaged me like, oh, please could you come down to my restaurant because we're not getting many customers and I think like a video could really help. So I was like, sure, like we had a conversation on the phone, she seemed nice. I was like, sure, yeah, why not? And so I think her like husband came to pick me up, whatever, and I went to this little cute restaurant in this Plum Road, Manzanilla. It's like this cute little community, and she had bought like all these fruits for me and they were on the table, and lots of people from the community had come out and there was all these chairs outside and we sat in this like circle with young people, old people, her family, her friends, and like just had this such wholesome, like of course I did the vlog and of course I was trying to help her business with the vlog, but it was more just like, wow, like I get to sit in this nice little community like with, you know, a child that's showing me her drawings that she's done, and like so this old man that, you know what I mean, and like I just love like wholesome moments like that where I'm just like, wow, I'm at the other end of the world from where I'm from and I get to spend my afternoon with great food, great people in this beautiful surroundings.
That's
like
nice.
You know, so to me like small things like that just like mean a lot, like, and bigger things too. I mean, I guess like I remember when I first like met Young Brother and he was like, oh, you're that girl from TikTok, and I was like, oh my god, Young Brother knows who I am. Like, so a few like funny moments like that where you feel like, oh wow, like people actually see my stuff, because of course that's the aim, right, is for people to see your stuff. But yeah, it's not really been, it hasn't really been big moments. It's just the small, wholesome moments. Are
you really single, or that's just the song?
Yeah, I am, and the lyrics were really real to me. And like when Aaron, I mean, I've seen the interview that you did with him, so I know you know the story. But like when he told me to like make a song, I was like, I kind of felt like I could only write about something that was real. So that's why I said, to him, I was like, I want to write about the fact that, you know, everyone's always on my TikTok every day saying, oh, but how are you traveling without a man? Why don't you have a man? You need a man. I know you have a man in Trinidad. You wouldn't come to Trinidad if you didn't have a man, as if the doubles are not enough. So yeah, it was like really real, and obviously I did it in like a funny way. So I said I want to jump on every bike back, which doesn't literally mean every single bike back, but like
but some bike backs.
It means like I want to just be able to hop on the back of a bike and not be criticised by anyone, or you get what I mean. And so yeah, the lyrics are really real, because to be honest, right now my life is like so hectic, and I really enjoy the fact that if I decide tomorrow I want to fly to Nigeria, it won't affect anyone, you know, and I won't have to really like consult anyone before that, and it just won't, I don't want my decisions to really affect anyone like that, if that makes sense.
And where did the dance come from? People
oh my god, Aaron made that up, and I was like, what is that? Like literally, what is that? Ask him, I don't know. So that dance was kind of forced on me, but yeah, so like I am actually like really like a hopeless romantic when there's like a special person in my life, but I just don't think it'll be an appropriate time right now. But I do actually hope to like, I never really talk about this part, but I do actually hope to like have like a life partner eventually.
Serious.
But like, not now.
So how did you meet Big P?
So about a week after I made Single, and I had never performed it because we just made it, I went to Siparia Borough Day.
Yeah.
They have like a juve. And so I just went for fun because I like to experience new things in Trinidad, and I went with a few friends. And then after we followed the trucks and did like the juve, they had this like sound system thing with a little stage, and like the crowd was there after the trucks came back. So I'd been on the road for like 5 hours drinking whatever. I was quite drunk, and then someone spotted me, like one of the DJs spotted me, and they were like, "Oh, come!" So I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna have to sing Single like for the first time," because I knew like why they're calling me.
Yeah.
So I went up there, and then I had heard of Big P, but I didn't know what he looked like, so I didn't know like that's Big P. But he was there, kind of like on the mic, like doing like MCing, I guess, or whatever. And then they said to me like, "Oh, can you just sing Single on any rhythm?" And I was like, "Sure, I don't know." So then they were playing like a Young Brother rhythm or something, and then Big P was like, Single, and I was like, oh my god, it's my turn. So I just like came and just obviously like we shared the mic or whatever because I was only one mic, and it just went so well, which like surprised me because I had never really performed really, and like I didn't know this person, and I don't know, but we just had like such a good time, and it just went so well. Then we like swapped contact details at the end, and we were like, oh, maybe we should like do something, and then
That's nice, man. That's nice. So you proud of where you're at right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly, when it comes to the music, I'm just kind of experimenting and like having fun. I don't know if I'm that proud of. That's just fun, but I'm proud of myself for the commitment that I showed. Like, because it's not easy to record everything from when you wake up until when you go to bed. Like for the vlogs, and to be like vulnerable in that sense, because the more that you show to people of your life, like the more they have to basically throw back in your face. So because I show every outfit, every morning when I wake up, every food I eat, every transport I take, you have so much to like laugh at about me, or to say, oh, she eats that, or oh, she wears that, or like, so I'm just proud of myself for like carrying on doing that, even though people try to throw it back in my face every day. And like, it's also not easy to find the time to edit it because it's every single day. Like, it just never ever ends. So as soon as you've edited one, it's time to now film or edit for the next one. And there's just like sometimes my brain, like, it's hard to even sleep because it's so much like I'm just always thinking, oh, what do I have to do next? You know, like, and so I'm just proud of carrying on with that and like slowly building up the platform.
And I'm proud of you too, and people are as well. Like, so to show my appreciation, I brought you here today. This here today is a Giftland custom tea. Just for you. It's for you. Yeah. I also got you this. It's a radio. Because I know you travel a lot. So I say, yeah, you have a portable radio here now. And I know you love Guyana. So I brought you a Guyana cup so you can put this in your daily vlogs and drink your tea and stuff.
Thank you. I love how even though you're Trini, you're like supporting Guyana.
Yeah, I love Guyana. And I brought you this candle.
Oh, thank you
whenever,
so much.
Yeah, so whenever you feel stressed, you can light it and feel less stress. So thank you so much.
I'm so honestly, like, when I first watched What You Know, like however many years ago, if I ever knew that you were going to interview me, like, I would never believe that in my life.
Me either. I would not think that.
That's just crazy.
It was so nice.
I'm really proud of you too.
Thank you.
And I really like how, like, in your interviews, I feel like you're a person who, which I try to do the same. I feel like you really try to just like see the best in everyone and like uplift everyone, regardless of like who they are or if you have anything in common with them. I don't know how to explain it, but I think it's so important. Like when people do that, and I think
I just like to bring out the best in people.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And I think if we all just try to do that, because you can find good in literally everyone. Do you know what I mean? And I just think if we all try to do that, the world would like function so much better.
Are you gonna give me a line in Single before you go? That's okay. We can hear it on YouTube. Thank you so much, Zoe.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.